MapleStory pre-Big Bang. As some of you might still remember, years before the game became what its currency is, MapleStory was a chaotic, unbalanced mess. The game had extremely poor progression, where leveling took ages. Maps are so poorly designed that Pig Beach, a popular level 10 training spot, could randomly spawn a level 42 beast, making it impossible for any new players to train there until a high level comes along to clear it. There could be portals that would take you from a level 22 area to a level 50 area. There is no telling where the next portal you take would send you. There is no safe place, not even in a town, since even regular players are able to spawn boss monsters from endgame area in those towns. Those monsters would then just proceed to wipe out every single player there, making the town unsafe and in some situation unusable, until some high level players eventually come to kill them. And this entire adventure begins with a system that makes you roll a stupid dice to determine your stats before you can even create a single goddamn character. MapleStory was an unforgiving game where you're able to make mistakes after mistakes, and it will not do a single thing to stop you. But these are also the reasons why I fell in love with this game. To the 8-year-old me, there's just something so appealing about exploring the world, not knowing where you might end up. Yes, I might have sucked at the game. I may or may not have been hard stuck as a level 25 rogue for numerous years, still yearning for the job advancement to an assassin. But I enjoyed the game nonetheless. I had lots of fun getting lost. I had a lot of fun trying to fight monsters that I was unable to hit day after day, hoping maybe just one day I will finally be able to kill it. And most importantly, I enjoyed exploring a world that seems to give an endless possibility. And this sense of adventure is one that no other game have been able to offer me since then. And this is why I am beginning my adventure back in time by rolling this godforsaken dice. Hi, I am Elunar, and welcome to my Iron Man Dexless Warrior series. Before I get started, I should clear a few things first. This series is heavily inspired by Tojo, who did this first and who also did this way better. Many strategies and even ideas I will be using was also inspired from him. Simply because he basically taught me everything I know. Because as established before, I kind of suck at this version of MapleStory, so it will be hard for me to deviate from the path he took. However, on the bright side, I have a horrible memory, so most of what I did learn was also forgotten. So hopefully there is some pinch of my own originality in there. But regardless, if you happen to like this video, I would highly recommend you to check out Tojo's channel. Even though the videos he had on this exact series were taken down, he still is an amazing creator and a huge inspiration to me. And when classic MapleStory is eventually released, I hope he will pick up Decimor's sword once again and start this series anew. With that out of the way, let's finally begin with Elunar's journey of walking the path of his hero. Here are the rules for the journey. Number 1. Dexless Warrior. This means that no dex will be added, and the only stats that will ever be added is strength. Of course with the exception of the initial dice roll. Number 2. We will have no player contacts, meaning we cannot buy or sell any items, we cannot party, and we cannot receive help of any kind from any other players. And that's pretty much it. So we are starting off our journey in Maple Island, which to our Dexless Warrior will be an extremely easy section of the game. This is because we are pumping all our stats into strength, and strength have a direct correlation on the damage we deal as a beginner, and in the future, as a warrior. So we are going to have an easy time killing all the monsters here due to the high damage, at least compared to the other classes. So this part of the journey is honestly nothing eventful. We just followed the tutorial questline, did Robin's extremely easy quiz that any veteran like myself will have no struggle with. Which stats do not require this? Aha! It is Warrior. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's Warrior. No, it's not! Oh, it's Thief! I'm so... God. Okay, I'm actually bad at this. You need that high to be a warrior? Wait. Huh? That's not math? Is that math? Oh, that is math! Yeah, that makes sense. No, I'm sorry, my bad. We then proceed to help out Maria with a snail's problem, did mice training, and we are off to Victoria Island. Upon reaching Leaf Harbor, we turned in our Olaf quest, which got us to level 10, and then we travelled our way to Piron to pick our class as a warrior. After obtaining our warrior job, the first thing we did was to finally reset the 2 ints we have from the dice roll to strength. As for the skill points, I've added them not to an attacking skill like Power Strike, but to improve HP recovery. This is to ensure we will be able to unlock and max our improved max HP increase as soon as possible. This is because it is an amazing skill that makes it so that every time you level up, you will gain more HP stats, and the HP gain is directly proportional to the amount of skill points in the skills. So adding it early will result in us having more HP. Besides, since we are still in the early game, hitting monsters with our regular attack won't be an issue due to our overwhelming strength. So sacrificing an attack skill for slightly more HP is worth it in my opinion. Afterwards, we just did typical warrior stuff, following the training quest that Dances with Burrow gave us. Then I went around Victoria Island to explore and quest for a bit, reaching level 15 and able to equip my new found spear, which was replaced very soon after with a slightly better axe, which before long was yet again replaced with a godlike surfboard dropped by our slime. And now, the grind begins. One of the old school MapleStory mechanics is the accuracy and avoidability system. Every single monster inherently have an avoidability stats, and players have an accuracy stats. Every time a player tries to attack a monster, they have a chance of either hitting or missing. And this chance is determined by not just the level of the player and the monster, but more importantly, the monster's avoidability and the accuracy the player possesses. The chance is calculated using this formula. So for example, if I were to attack a ribbon pig with my current stats, my chance to hit will be calculated like this. Meaning I will be able to hit a ribbon pig with a success rate of 36%. But for the green mushroom, I will have no chance of even damaging it, even if I increase my level to 200. And that's because this formula prioritizes heavily on the player's accuracy and the monster's avoidability. So if I want to be able to farm this green mushroom, or eventually other higher avoidability monsters, I will need to increase my own accuracy. And there's a few ways for a warrior to increase accuracy. One of the ways is accuracy equipments. There exists some equipments that comes with accuracy. However, there are only a limited number of equipments like that, and therefore isn't the most reliable. Which brings us to the second way to increase accuracy, which is Dex. With every Dex stats, the player will increase accuracy by 0.8. So while Dex does not increase accuracy as much as Flex accuracy stats does, the Dex stats are a lot more abundant, as every time you level up, you are given 5 stats points that you can put in either Strength, Dex, Int or Luck, which means a maximum of 4 accuracy per level up if you do allocate them all into Dex. And over time, these Dex adds up to quite a lot of accuracy. A lot of accuracy that a Dexless Warrior will be lacking. That is the payoff of a Dexless Warrior. While we have insanely high amounts of damage due to our high strength, our low dex results in us unable to hit a lot of monsters, which limits our farming areas by a lot. So while a normal warrior wouldn't have much issues with accuracy, that would be a problem we will be facing a lot. And to progress in our adventure, we have to find other ways to increase accuracy. With adding dex out of the question, we are left with 2 main methods. Number 1, accuracy equipments. And number 2, scrolls. Scrolls are rare usables that are able to apply additional stats to an equipment at a chance. There exist 100, 70, 60, 30 and 10% scrolls, with scrolls of a lower success rate usually giving a higher stats. And every equipment have a slot count of how many scrolls can be used. Note that I said used and not applied, as even a failed scroll will still consume a upgrade count, which makes 10% scrolls a very high risk but high reward gamble. And the main ways to get these scrolls are quest rewards and monster loots. Which brings us back to here. The reason why a level 17 is farming at a level 6 slime is because, well, there isn't many monsters I am able to hit in the first place. But the main reason is because this slime have a chance to drop a scroll for Dex for keep 100%. And I thought it would be nice to farm a couple of it preemptively. And throughout this journey, you will see this pattern happening a lot. We will be farming at a lot of monsters lower level than us, which may be because we need a specific drop or simply because we aren't able to hit any other monsters. Unfortunately, even after the grind to level 20, not a single scroll were dropped. So I decided for a change of pace and get some new equipment. Firstly, I went back to Cunning City and bought a white Gomushin, which has a +2 speed, making moving and grinding slightly easier and faster. And the second item, which I cannot believe I forgot about, was the red headband in Leaf Harbor. It is one of the few rare accuracy equipment in the game, giving us 1 accuracy, and is purchasable for only 1000 mesos. With our new equipment, we move on to the grind and dark stumps. The target this time? Scroll for gloves for Dex 10%. If you recall, I said before that Dex does not increase accuracy as much as flat accuracy does. So you might be wondering, why are we farming Dex scrolls, where accuracy scrolls will probably be more worth it? Well, here's something I've learned. Old school MapleStory was very inconsistent with the naming of the scrolls. So even though it says that it's a Dex scroll, passing it actually gives not just 3 Dex, but also 5 accuracy, making it an insane scroll, if we pass the 10% of course. And that's where we spent our time for the next 3 levels. Until I realized a severe issue. We need 40 accuracy to job advance, but we only have 7 levels left. We might not make it in time.